Too. So I feel like a lot of my posts end up being about really shallow seeming stuff like clothes. And I want to talk about something that's not super shallow this time. Part of why clothes have been like a big thing that I talk about and think about a lot lately is that in the past year-ish, I've lost a ton of weight and keep losing a ton of weight. And so I keep having to buy new clothes. And so clothes are something that I'm just thinking about a lot because I'm totally have not historically been someone who goes shopping a lot, but have sort of had to recently. So shopping and clothes and stuff become something that are like a bigger focus for me, which is weird. Especially because it was like a chunk of time in there that I feel like I kind of got like I've totally made fun of friends of mine who like have gone through phases where it was like they had like an online shopping addiction, and I feel like it wasn't an addiction, but I kind of had an online shopping thing for a minute there. But so basically, I guess the reason I want to talk about this is that, I spent most of my life being fat, and was really not comfortable with it all throughout, like my adolescence, and definitely middle school and high school, and like a little bit before that. And I think part of that was like trans related and puberty related, and like my body changing in ways that I didn't like related. But so when I was a kid, I really thought that being fat was the worst thing that could happen to me, and it was like the end of the world. And then as I kind of like became an adult and also like began to transition and stuff, I got like more comfortable with my body, but then I just like how it was. And then I got to know some people who were like really rad, like queer, feminist, fat positive activists, and like was just became very like fat positive. I don't know, it very like very much changed the way that I thought about bodies. And so like since that point in my life, of sort of getting rid of the shame of being a fat person, like being fat positive has been like a really important thing to me. And so but so then like 2007, I was dealing with some chronic illness that ended in me like having to have some like crazy surgeries, and I'm not dealing with that anymore. But it was like there, like all of 2007, like because I started off by having like top surgery, like a trans related surgery, and like I think that just like weakened immune system from that surgery just like made all this other medical stuff that was gonna come, that was going to culminate into something eventually. Just like that was the thing that like pushed it over the edge, and I figured out what was going on and had to have like 2 more surgeries that year that were not related to the trans related surgery, but like like kidney stuff, and it's all better now. But that was just a whole year where like the whole year was spent having surgeries and recovering from surgeries and having like my immune system like really weakened, and like I broke a rib that year, which you can break a rib from coughing too much. Horrible. Don't break a rib. But so during that year, like I just like I had always been a very, very active person, like rode my bike a lot, and like even though like I mean, and this is part of like I think you can be healthy at any size, and I prior to that I was very healthy, and at that point like I became very unhealthy, and it like I gained weight. Gaining weight wasn't the unhealthy part. I I gained weight because I became unhealthy though. Like because I basically couldn't walk. I mean, I could walk at like a snail pace. Like I don't know. Um, and so like yeah, so I gained like more weight than I had been used to like having, and just like got to a point where I just couldn't do that much because like I was so out of shape from like by the time that all the kidney stuff and all the health stuff was better, I was just so out of shape. Um, and so then like I guess I kind of got into better shape. Like I was never trying to lose weight. I was just trying to be um, able to be active again because like especially that was before I had a car and I rode my bike everywhere, and it's hard to ride your bike everywhere when you're like in like chronic pain and whatever. So um, yeah, so but so like just as I started to get back into like a place where I was feeling healthy again, I got into this really, really bad relationship with someone who was really obsessed with losing weight, but also was like didn't if this person wasn't going to succeed, they didn't want anyone to succeed at like, and it was never about losing weight for me. It was always just about like feeling like I could do the things that I wanted to do. So that all goes to so I gained a lot of weight and became like to a point that just wasn't super comfortable for me. And I feel like, I guess here's the thing, like I really don't want to, I worry about like betraying the part of me and like that is like really fat positive because I still think I am, but like I I just I don't know. I got like very unable to do a lot of the things that I could do before just from being like eating really crappy food and stuff. And so like I did when I got out of that relationship, I did like specifically set out not just to be healthier, which is what I've done in the past when I've like incidentally lost weight, but I set out to lose weight. And I feel like it's something that I need to talk about because um I I don't know, like I don't feel like I've left behind any part of me that's ever and always been like very fat positive. And like um but I also I feel like it's important to talk about too because like I don't know, like as I've lost weight, and the reason this is coming up for me right now is that I'm getting over being really sick, and part of my being really sick, I completely lost my appetite and like was having trouble like getting as much fluid as I needed to. And so like the like steady weight loss that I've had recently, like just kind of like a lot of people have been saying stuff to me about it in the last like week or so because like with being sick, like it just became really obvious. Like and all these people have been complimenting me, and like I feel really awkward getting compliments about losing weight because I don't think that that's something. I don't know. Like I would never. I just don't think that like being fat or being thin is something that's like compliment or put down worthy. I feel like it is. Like people's bodies are different, and like and I don't know. So I feel really like people will be like, "Oh wow, you've lost all this weight." And I don't want to say thank you because I don't feel like that's I feel like they mean it as a compliment, and I feel like in our like culture, I guess, like that's supposed to be a compliment, but like it just feels very weird, especially when like even though like I've lost weight in a way that's been very like I've been very healthy. This last little chunk that has been noticeable has been like really unhealthy. Like it's like the epitome of unhealthy. I've been ill. I've been ill. I've been unable to eat. I've been like, yeah. So it's not a sign of like strength or success. It's a sign of like poor health. And like I don't know. So I feel really, really weird. Because people who like maybe have not like spent as much time around like people who are super like fat positive, it's just like the default that in our like culture that that's supposed to be a compliment, that like you've lost weight is like the ultimate compliment, and I think that's really fucked up. But it's weird because like at the same time like I feel a lot better. And like it's tough as a trans person because I really don't think that thinner people are more attractive than fatter people, but it's just a fact for me that like when I'm smaller, the smaller I am, the better I pass, because when I gain weight in ways that make me look womanly. And so for me, it sucks, but I do like the way that I look better when I'm thinner because I don't get called ma'am as much, except on the phone because my voice. And like that's pretty important to me. Which makes me feel like I'm like betraying something that's very dear to me. So I don't know. I felt like it's something I've been thinking about a lot. And I guess I just kind of wanted to talk about it because I don't know. Like I don't want to be one of those people who is like fat and is really fat positive and then loses a bunch of weight and like leaves behind a lot of things that I believe in and care about and I'm really passionate about, and I feel like it's important to talk about. I feel like it's very important to talk about. So that's what I wanted to talk about today. Yeah, that's it.